are, bro. What's up, man?
Dude, we're at the number 3 stop. Third time's a charm.
Unhinged Perspective, episode 3.
This is it. Well, how you feeling today, bro?
I'm good, man. What time is it now? It's
It's
8:49 p.m.
right now. Almost 9.
February 19th, 2025. Oh, God, dude.
Here we are. So what's new with this world today, bro? Where we at, man? What's going on?
With the world today?
Yeah, where we at? What's cooking?
Fuck, I haven't seen any new stuff for today, but in my life, I guess, I just been, looking forward to the next things I got coming, which are going to spring training, and Pat, my twin brother Pat, and
Oh, that's coming up on Friday, huh?
yeah, my nephew.
That's got to be exciting, man. Those little emotions in life, when we're little kids and we get to go on those journeys, that just we remember our whole lives. Wouldn't it be nice? I mean, what would that be like if every day when you were a little kid you had a journey like that every day, and so all you had was nothing but memories of this like amazing time instead of one little thing here when I was 5 and one when I was 8. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be wild?
Yeah, that would be.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, it's weird how the experiences that, like, especially the like key core experiences like that shape us into who we really become. Like it's pretty crazy.
Well, it really is. But one thing I was thinking about that too is the way we got our society set up is it seems like those moments that we do carry into our adulthood, that we treasure, that we fondly think back on, are usually those times when we are with the people we love, like our parents, our brothers and sisters, our close friends, right? That's those times. But the society we live in, those times are very far and few between because everybody's so busy just trying to make sure they can go to work tomorrow that they don't get those times to make those bonds and those memories.
Sure.
So I guess
We're so wrapped up in trying to pay the fucking rent.
exactly, bro. Like chasing the damn dollar bill still. Like, okay, well, I got a nice car and a house, but yeah, I could have a bigger TV and a swimming pool and this other thing. And I don't know, bro. Chasing the dragon, it's gonna bite you.
Chasing the dragon that you can't reach and ever catch.
It's unattainable.
Mm-hmm.
It's just out there. Can't have it. Can't have it. I know you want it.
What about you, man? How you doing?
I'm doing all right, bro. I'm kind of in this pause moment. I'm feeling like lately I've been through a little bit of a hibernation period. Things have been kind of like, almost like a caterpillar in a cocoon. Everything's coming unglued and getting reformulated and put back together again. So it's kind of like, and I guess, that's what time it is in the seasons where we're at. It's wintertime. We're about, spring's around the corner. Everything's kind of getting ready to bust a move, The energy's building.
Seasons.
Everything's coming to a burst. It's gonna soon pop out in the sunshine, and we'll be like, "Whoa! I didn't know we had that seed."
Here it comes, brother.
It's on the way.
Here it comes.
Yeah, I've got this sense of, I guess, calm excitement.
Hey, that's good.
Calm excitement.
That's good. That's cool.
Now, let me ask you this question.
Go ahead.
It's interesting to me, looking around, what's going on in the world. Like, for the first time, the White House seems to be run by a businessman that wasn't even elected as the president. This Elon Musk character. He's got suddenly all this access to everything, which he's already had since he's got, how many 8,000 satellites flying around this planet with nobody's permission but his own. That's kind of interesting feat he pulled off there,
Yeah.
But the fact that this guy is now like gutting our government.
Oh, wow. I don't know anything about any
Dude,
of that.
people are getting fired. Like, I don't know how many people they fired today from their federal jobs. Because they're like, dude,
Wow, that's crazy. Dude.
the sword is swinging.
Fuck that shit, dude.
I mean, Musk is like a robot. He just, sorry. Gotta go.
Yeah.
But now I did hear an interesting thing. He's also saying, well, you guys should be mad at your government because they really got all this money that they took from you and they should give you back. Like, each of you at least should get like 5 or 10 grand back from the shit they stole from you.
Is this considered politics?
Well, this is not just politics, bro. This has never happened in the precedents of the world.
No, but
before.
like what you're talking about?
Yes, it's politics.
I guess have never gave too much of a fuck about politics. I never really cared about any of that shit, to be completely honest.
I get that, but it does have a major effect on how everything unfolds in your life.
Still don't care.
Oh, that's okay. I mean,
that's just me personally.
Is that like saying you don't give a shit what the weather is? You're going outside?
Yeah. I'm a pool guy, dude.
I get it, but
I go out there and clean no matter what the weather looks like.
I know, but I'd like to know, at least have an idea what the weather may be like, so I could be ready for it.
Yeah, I like that. I like having like an idea what it might happen, so I can wear a jacket just in case.
Just be prepared.
Yeah.
You know, that's
my rain boots and my.
Because you know, politics are really just they're another arm of the banking industry.
Wow. Well, I guess I never paid attention to it.
Oh, fair enough. It's been paying attention to you.
That's fine.
Since you were born.
Well, let them.
Okay. I like to know what's being paid attention to and who's paying it, because wherever the money is where the attention usually goes.
Yeah, I just try to stay focused on like my own stuff, I guess, and because that's all stuff out of my control, right? You know what I mean?
Well, who told you that was the case?
I'm just asking. That's what I'm asking you.
I wouldn't expect a government to exist that would be beyond its own people's control. Otherwise, it's not a government. It's a slave owner. It's not a government at all. And so that's why I concern myself with politics, because I'm all about freedom. And if I don't have it, I'm going to get it. I will take it back at all cost, because without it, life is not worth living. To me.
Yeah, exactly.
To me.
Because I was going to say, for me, yeah, I completely could just be fine without it. You know what I mean? Or worrying about it, thinking about it, ever, like, knowing anything about it, but
you're not,
I guess this is where the difference in our, like, age, you know, also comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
Because me, I'm really, like, especially right now in my life, focused on what's on right in front of me. And that's it. Like, I don't really want to think about anything else, like, at all. Like, I kind of just want to, like, this, and I think about this all the time, doing this, and, like, my next, like, thing I'm going to do baseball-wise, whether it be go to the cage, or, you know, like, and I don't really think it's, like, worth my time to think about any of that stuff. And, like, it's just, like, a waste of my time, I feel like. It doesn't interest me, and that's it. Like,
well, I agree you should follow your excitement. Whatever turns you on is where you should put your attention. You know, keep going in that direction. But at the same time, you know, be open.
oh, I'm open.
Well, I don't know. You just said you didn't like it and had really no need for it.
I just said I don't give a fuck about it.
Right. Which basically you've got no need for it.
I'm open to it. I just don't care about it.
Fair.
Like, I guess, like, the whole thing with, like, you were saying about Elon Musk and all that, and, like, I just don't, like, go out of my way to read up about and learn about that kind of stuff, you know? I don't really, like, it's not interesting to me.
Okay.
Personally.
I get it. I get that. I guess to me, I like to look and see what's going on around me. Because I've been paying attention to what's going on
but around you, like,
I mean,
like in this room?
No, as far
that's
as
what I'm saying.
As far as I
where
can
I'm
see. As far as I can see.
Okay.
I want a big picture because I know having just a small picture has led me into bumping my head and stubbing my toe too many times. So the big picture for me is really the only sensible choice. So I gotta, at least, I don't say gotta, but I feel more comfortable. Because I know I have no clue what's coming tomorrow. But
Impossible to know.
But I feel better when at least I've gone through a little bit of possibilities of what might come. Until, yeah, I'm ready for all that.
Oh, yeah.
It makes you feel more confident, more comfortable, more relaxed.
Hey, that's awesome. That's literally, that makes me happy.
Good. I'm glad. And that's why I guess I put my attention on it.
Hell yeah.
Because to me, it's all about staying chill, bro. You lose the chill, you've lost your fucking mind. You really have. I'm sorry. That's just fact. You get mad, you get either extreme. You get mad or too happy, you've lost your fucking mind.
Damn straight.
Sorry, you've lost your fucking mind. You're just not there anymore. Like, I'm chasing this or I'm running from that. You know, what the fuck? Stand still and pay attention.
Yeah, I guess it's like, it's interesting because, you know, it's cool because talking about this, I'm sure everyone, like, that would ever watch, if anyone watches, like, this is something that also would interest them, and they would also have their own opinion on this too. So it's cool to see us, you know, go through our like, you know, different opinions on these topics, because
how we see the world.
Yeah, it really, like, it makes it so, you know,
well, but
I'm sure a lot of other people will think, oh wow, that's cool, you know, like.
Let me ask you this question though, because I know both of us kind of share this ideal that we'd like to see a way that people could live back in harmony with themselves, with the land, with the life here on this planet, like it's really supposed to be, like simple abundance, like we got everything we need, just learn how to use what's in front of you. But at the same time, if we want to go back to that, we have to make changes or adjustments in the way we're flying the boat or driving the ship, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Because right now
I know
it's
what you mean.
it's off course. It's all about chasing the money, having enough to get up tomorrow to go do it again. But there's no reward. There's no dream left. It's all just fucking work and die. I'm sorry, bro. That's not creation. That sounds like the worst hell I could imagine.
Yeah, I agree.
But we got to put it back. And in order to do that, unfortunately, I know that your generation and mine as well had a very much distaste for politics of all kinds. We just rejected that shit. We threw it out the fucking window. Said nope. But look back at history and look and see how that game got played. I was, a kid, when the Beatles came out. I was 10 when that revolution in the 60s happened. Bam, the world exploded. Everything's changed their mind. Let's go and change the world. So these young people went out and they had these ideas. They rejected all the bullshit. Went to nature. Wanted to go find out about things they'd forgotten, the old ways.
True,
You
true.
can't go backwards in time, That's stupid. You gotta go forward. That doesn't mean you can't bring the past with you. But one part of the past that it seems to me, though, that they neglected was how they fit into the society that they rejected and ran away from.
Yeah.
Because you can run as far as you want, but you can run forever, but you can't run away from yourself.
Can't run away from yourself, bro.
So the society's got to get fixed. But they were the ones to fix it, but they didn't have no taste for politics, myself included.
How do we fix
And
society?
we'd rather plant carrots than deal with fucking senators.
Ah.
Somebody wants to talk to me.
Are you gonna just let that ring?
Well, what do you want me to do? Just jump up and down on it? Like, come on, bro. I'm going to say no thanks. All right, busy, guys. Later. But because of our distaste for politics and that whole system that we rejected, we didn't understand that it still had a stronghold over everything. And what I saw happening was due to that lack of broad perspective. Due to that lack of a broader perspective, we put ourselves in a trap. Because we could have had this all fixed by now if those people who had those ideas understood politics, how to play the game, and how to shape things differently. We're going to have to realize it. We're going to have to do some things that we don't necessarily like. Like, I'm not a real big guy at digging ditches, I don't like to dig holes in the ground, but I love to plant trees. And I know the first thing I'm going to do anywhere that I'm going to go and make a space to be a beautiful place is put the trees in first. They take the longest. So I may not like digging the holes, but I know I want those trees in there. So I'm going to have to go through some of the stuff that I might not like so much. But as long as I can frame it in a way that it's on the way to getting more and more of what I like, then it gets easier.
I see what you mean. I understand because it's like I feel like right now as like society, like you're saying, is like off course or going in the wrong direction, and like I completely agree, man. It's like we no longer live in harmony with with nature.
Yeah.
We are so far away from that. We no longer give like our own love and energy to our food and to like our when you were growing your own food, you're putting your own like energy into the food and then when you harvest, it's like you're putting your like love into it, and then when you eat it, that is the best fucking food, and that is what makes you feel so good. And now we're so far away from that where we're just going and buying everything from the store and not knowing where it's come from, and it's probably all sprayed with shit and just so we are really far off course from being in touch with nature. And how do we get back, man?
Well, I think it comes down to a simple word, maybe. Responsibility. And that word has been used against us so covertly, because you think it's like when people talk about, well, they're a very responsible person, they have great responsibility. We tend to think of that word meaning as an obligation or a duty or should do this, right? Responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
But if we really look at what the word itself actually means, it has nothing to do with that idea. It has to do with the ability to respond. right?
The ability to have response, yes.
Okay? It has nothing to do with duty or obligation,
Hmm.
whether or not you can jump. So, that's just one example of how all these words that they've given us, we think they mean one thing, but they really mean another. But we've already blocked ourselves from getting the responsibility back, because until you take responsibility for the world, you can't change anything.
Nope. Can't change shit.
And so really all you can take responsibility for is you. But once you take that responsibility for your change, the world has to change with you.
Got that right.
It has to. You know, you move one pebble, the whole stream's course is flowing differently now. I'm all about moving around some pebbles, bro. It's time to take these stupid dams down and let the beavers back, bro. They know what's up.
Damn straight. Bring the beavers back, bro. Beaver dams.
You know, it's amazing, too, how there's these little creatures in nature, these certain key species, who create establishments of natural preserves for all these other creatures. Like the beavers, bro. Like when they go in and chop their little trees down and make that water spread out and all these plants grow and all this environment come that would have never been there. You know, I'm hoping that more and more people could be like those little beavers.
Yeah.
You know, in life, and just making those little cuts and those little simple adjustments to not block it, but just give a little more spread. You know, let those edges kind of go out a little further and let that abundance kind of filter up to the ground and create more life.
Damn straight. Like it.
But now back to, you know, what we're saying though about this politicalness, you know. Isn't like I know you like baseball, so maybe let me couch it in those terms, but don't you see that in baseball even there's politics? Like anything's got politics.
I know. I guess that's a big word, politics.
It's just the rules of the game.
I'm just saying is like that whole Elon Musk thing you were talking about. I just don't pay attention to any of that. Is basically what I want. Because that's why I originally asked you, is this politics? Because I was wondering, is this like, because I don't even really know what that shit is.
Well, but see, it's in a new category now because it's not just politics. It's politics.
But when I originally asked you said it was politics.
Well, it is, but it's politics. It's economics. It's the richest man in the world running a country.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not happened before, bro. I don't know what to call it. That's why I brought it up. It's like, this is an unusual thing. It doesn't fit in any of these boxes that we normally would put this mail in.
Yeah.
You know, who do I deliver this to? Like, this doesn't fit anywhere. This is an anomaly. Something unusual is about to happen.
It's true. We'll see.
We've never seen this.
Or
at least
we won't.
in recorded history that I know of. Well, you'll see according to what you're paying attention to.
There you go. Exactly.
That's what you'll see.
Got that right.
That's what you'll see. So, damn, it seems like we're a little slow tonight, bro. We should have drank more coffee, maybe. I don't know.
Nah, I'm just fucking tired, dude. It just is what it is.
I feel you.
Just trying to think, man. Like, I don't know. It's fucking social media, bro.
Well, see, it's interesting, bro. Like, since you were little, right? Everybody had a phone in their pocket, pretty much, right? Like, for me, that wasn't the thing. To get a phone, bro, you had to go, like, you know, to your mom's house, your grandma's house, and go in the kitchen and pick it up off the wall, you know, and talk. And everybody could hear everything you're saying because they're all in there, too. So you got no privacy on the phone. So it was nothing like today. It was a totally different world. You wanted to go talk to your friend, you go see them.
Yeah, it's the only way.
Well, but now see, I don't know, bro, because
that's the only way you were able to.
The only way you had, the only choice you had.
With your actual friends, and then you actually maintained that friendship because it actually meant something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you had the ability to connect.
If you met someone that it was worth going out of your way to, like, actually meet up with them, that's a friend, something. Dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's the only time you get to see or talk to them. It's not any time in between. It's just for that times that you're actually with each other. Wow, like, think about how different that is now. Like, we see what everyone's doing at all times, man. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Okay, you had this for breakfast. I know you spilled your coffee on your dress yesterday. I know, damn, the dry cleaner was mad at you because you didn't tip him $1.
Trips me out, and it's over the years, you know, I guess I've noticed that it's also changed how like people date. You know what I mean? How like dating is like completely different now because of social media. Like it's I guess the same thing like we were just mentioning how before in order to see that significant other, you had to fucking be right there with them, and in order to be like, you know, like it wasn't like sometimes you wouldn't be able to see them for months, and that was just what it was back before, you know, and you'd have to like write them a letter
I
and
mean,
shit.
yeah, imagine that shit
You know
back
what
in
I
the
mean?
1800s. You know,
Yeah.
you're in love with some cute girl and she lives in California and you're in Ohio, and you got
You're
three
in the
months.
war and shit too. You know
3 months
what I mean?
between letters. You know, like, oh my god, dude, talk about the agony of fucking waiting.
But then that was what
That's
they
how it
stayed
was.
together longer, and the relationships were healthier. I'm sure because, like I said, you don't waste your time. You know what I mean? You're putting out a lot of time to go see and be with this
Now
person.
check this out, dude. This is one of my theories that I really think is what's going on. Why relationships and marriages don't work anymore is because people, how do I put it? They're doing jobs they don't like, most of them. So it stresses them out. So by the time they get home and get back to each other, they're already grumpy and already, you know, in a bad mood. So they got to try to rebalance themselves to get to a fun place again, right? So that takes effort and energy. So you're already tired, and you usually don't get the energy to do that. You just want to go to bed.
Yeah.
But if we weren't so worried about chasing this money game that we're playing, and we spent more time with each other, and we were more relaxed, I think
Dude, everyone would be so much happier.
everybody would be so much happier. And you, because I don't know, for me, the idea of heaven, I suppose, is being around those things and those individuals and those slices of life that bring you joy and pleasure, and you don't need to do anything. You could just be in their presence and completely be the happiest clam in the whole ocean.
Being present, man.
That's it.
It's a very, I feel like it's a pretty rare thing these days.
Well, that's because we got so many distractions. You try
Mhm.
being present when you're getting bombs dropped on you, bro.
That and just, like I said, social media, the phone, and just so much, like, things going on all the time. Worried about getting hit by a car.
Really?
What? Yeah.
That goes through your mind?
I mean, if you're walking on the, like, fucking, like, road, like, if you're crossing the street, like, you know, I don't know, like,
I thought you're a guy that getting doesn't care about politics and things that are going outside of you.
What?
Well, you kind of said that, right? Like politics. You weren't-
I said I don't care about Elon Musk and all that shit.
right. Politics, though. That's how you
But
phrase
I
it.
was just talking about getting hit by a car. That's completely different.
Right, but it's both things are kind of out of your control, right?
But those are not the same thing.
Okay. To me, I see a similarity.
Explain.
Well, both can affect you without you really having to do anything. You know, you could get hit by a car and it's got nothing to do with you. It's got no fault to do with you, but yet it affects you. Same thing with politics. They may be going on and completely unaware of what's happening, but nonetheless, that don't mean that train might not smack you. And that's why I pay attention. Not a lot. It's like I'm not, trying to be a senator or trying to change the world through politics.
I wasn't saying I worry about that. I'm saying people do.
Oh, agreed.
I never said I worried
But
about
I'm
that.
people too. If I'm going to say anything about people, I'm got to be hip to the fact that I am saying that about myself too, because I'm part of that people group.
Okay. Yeah, it's a trip, man. It's a trip for sure.
Now, okay, maybe this is something, I don't know how much time we got left, but this is something, we touched on briefly and we just kind of put it out there and we didn't go anywhere with it. But one thing I'm noticing in the current time frames that I'm seeing is there's all of a sudden this focus and attention on non-binary.
Careful.
I'm not careful, I'm honest. What am I need to be careful of? Dave Chappelle managed to walk his way through the dairy field. Everything's a touchy subject when you're talking about the
No, that's
truth.
just the touchiest of touchy.
I know, but when you get touchy,
Go
bro.
ahead.
Well, I'm just asking the question. What is the environment we find ourselves in which giving such a rise to more and more incidents of that way of wanting to see things?
People are just feel like they can actually be themselves, and they are allowed to feel like they can they're not afraid to, like, 'cause before, if you were trans, bi, lesbian, or whatever, you were looked down upon, or it was not a good thing. People wouldn't like it, and
People are always afraid of what's different.
It's starting to get a lot more accepted now, so people are able to freely express who they are without having to be worried about judgment or like there's, you know what I mean. That's what I think at least.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I do too, but I guess for me, freedom is lack of labels rather than more of them.
That's exactly what they're saying.
Well, but they got more labels than ever.
Ooh, screw for that.
Way more labels than ever. We used to just have two.
Yeah.
And now we got like, I don't know, 17?
Yeah.
17,000? I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, like I don't know. That's a very touchy subject. I was gonna say, it's not because non-binary. All it is they go by they them instead of he or her.
Right.
They just go by they them. That's the only difference of like pronouns. But then there's a lot of other pronouns that are in the like genders world. Like that's a whole different topic though.
But isn't that to me like, I don't know, it's a difference between like, okay, we got, it's like a name of a club kind of basically. Because, you know, there are two clubs. There's, you know, the male club and the female club. And not that I'm saying that in an individual, there's not the ability to, because I think it's the desirable way to be, is to have a balance of both of those characteristics. You know, the gentleness and the aggressiveness, the wisdom and the impulsiveness, that balance is necessary. And that's what makes us whole human beings. But to split that or to say that neither one of those is present, to me is a denial of oneself. You know, we've both got a shadow and a light. And I'm not going to say which one's good, which one's bad, because again, that's another trap. But I'm seeing more and more of this divisiveness being put into our society. And this is another one of those divisive measures that's very divisive now.
Oh yeah.
That separates people from communicating because of emotional feelings. We talked about that earlier in our last thing, about how they use our emotions to steer us from talking or not talking about things because they're sensitive or touchy. But those are the things we really have to talk about because they're the ones that move us the most.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I went down this road a little bit, because I think it's, you know, a road that needs to be explored with gentleness and compassion and understanding.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's funny, you know, there's a phrase, and I'm not sure what I think about it yet. I'm still in the deciding mode, but the phrase that, you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. You know, it's nice to have great intentions, but if you don't know what you're doing, you better learn a little bit something before you decide to go camping out the woods all by yourself without a pocket knife.
Yeah.
And that's that, you know. So, anything else we want to touch on? I don't know where we're at in terms of this time frame we got established for us. Well, let me go take a little peek over here into the accidental dropping machine, and we'll see that we are about approaching that time. So right. We got a couple minutes 14. Here. A couple minutes here to toss in a little tidbit.
Well, this has been pretty sick. Getting back into this little routine here, trying to get something going. So it's been, trying to get back on track with this podcast.
Good. Well, you know, I think maybe we'll take a break here and we'll get back to you, you know, once you got your spring training under your belt and you get all that, you know, excitement out of the way, because that's where your mind is already, I can see.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we'll just go from that adjustment, and it's been fun. We'll just keep stepping, you know, trying to make a little improvement here, a little improvement there. And we thank everybody out there for, you know, listening to us, you know. If you've got any questions, anything you'd like to talk about, anything you want to, you know, look into a little more deeply, because really we're not trying to pump anybody's, you know, initiatives or, you know, take any sides, because honestly the center has no sides.
Yeah.
And I'd rather be right there. So, you know, with that said, brother,
yeah, man,
it's been a good one.
Well, thanks guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and this has been the Unhinged Perspective. I'm Paul.
Michael.
This is Mike, and we'll see you guys next time.
Have fun.